Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of 18th Avenue Podcast. I am your host, Rico Bartles, and today joining me is none other than an artist that I had on the show before right in the beginning. He's one of the day ones, one of the original that came on very early on to bless the mic. So once again, I am back in the house, and I am here today with
Ntwali.
Mr. Ntwali, man, how's it going? How are you? How is life? Let's remind the people who you are, what you do.
Absolutely, life as well. Can't complain. God is good. Just about finishing up my exams for this set of finals for the semester. I go by the name of Ntwali. That's my real name. That's my given name from my parents. That's my artist name. I'm a hip hop artist based out of Edmonton. I've been doing music now for, I would say, 8 years now, and I've become an activist too. And I didn't know I'd be called to be one, but when you get called, you gotta fulfill the answer. You gotta answer. So that's what I am. That's what I'm about,
I'm with that. What does Ntwali means?
That's a good question. So my parents had survived the Rwandan genocide in 1994, and I was born 2 years after in 1996. And they named me Ntwali because they said they needed somebody to be a warrior or somebody to be brave after that happened. So that's what my name means. So
that's dope.
Yeah. So and I would say I've only caught a glimpse of that, of what a warrior truly is, or a brave person is, in a few occasions. For example, like standing in front of 15,000 people and speaking on behalf of the Black community within Edmonton, as well as representing my family at the Genocide Memorial. I did a poem in front of so many survivors, and I feel like I was only strong to do it because of the way I was brought up in life by my parents and my experiences and just the heart I have,
That's pretty incredible, man.
Yeah.
You feel like you're calling.
Definitely.
You hear that, and the universe is talking to you through so many ways that we can't even comprehend, really.
Absolutely.
That's pretty amazing. You said you experience a warrior-like feelings or things that come over you.
Absolutely.
What made you lean toward, or what got you into activism?
I would say the BLM movement, not within the last year or so, but I would say people like Eric Gardner, Mike Brown, and things like that. Or Trayvon Martin. That was my initial start towards it, and I would always be like, man, that doesn't make sense. Like, how are these innocent people dying? You know what I mean? Like, literally saying I can't breathe, or just because of your skin color. And then that never sat well with me, but as the years go on, and that just kept building up. Also, the books I was reading, like the biography of Malcolm X, books like Black Like Me, those are the type of books that I was reading, I would say, within the last year or so, before George Floyd and all these other people that died, like Breonna Taylor and stuff. And I was just like, books that were created 60 years ago are still relevant today, unfortunately, And that's when I was realizing, I'm like, you know what? Like, I have a gift, I'm an artist. I'm able to speak in front of people. I'm able to connect level to level with people. So I'm just like, I'm going to use my platform. I'm going to use my art to speak for those people that I can't,
Do you remember the very first time you got involved with this thing of, just standing up, not just for yourself, but standing up for people? Do you remember kind of where all of it come from?
I would say it started off with those books I was reading, because of a lot of them. The courage they had was because of how bad it was back then. Sure, we made progress, but I feel like every time we would take 2 steps forward, we take a few more back, So I feel like it's always level. And I just decided, I'm like, yo, enough is enough, man. I'm a Black man. How many times have I encountered racism in Canada, and people were saying, oh, racism doesn't exist here in Canada, so I have to suppress those interactions,
right?
And things like that. So I'm just like, you know what? I should speak on it. I need to speak on it. Not should, I need to, because it's real. It's happened. It's happened to me. It's happened to some of my siblings. So I can't just be on the sidelines when things of this nature happens, because it's like, I don't want my kids to experience any type of racism. That shouldn't be a thing. It should be eradicated from society. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I feel like I got my calling to be an activist.
What do you think about a person like Candace Owens, who clearly has a platform and has a huge followers? What do you think about the things that she talks about on her platform?
Who's
Are you
that?
familiar with Candace Owens?
No, I've never heard the name.
Oh, okay. Well, we should just leave it like that. So Candace Owens is this black girl who thinks she's white. That's my opinion of her.
Is she like?
Not that she thinks she's white, is that she spills out the sort of rhetoric and politics that sort of justify white people killing.
So she's an Uncle Tom.
Pretty much, or whatever else you want to call her.
Yeah.
But that, and that's his stance. And a lot of white people think that she's on the right track, or that somehow she's speaking something that they're like afraid to come out and talk about. And she's, because the blame for her, as far as she's concerned, the blame for her is always on the black man and not on the white man, sort of deal. So I thought I should bring that up.
That's very sad. That's very sad, because it's like, you know what I mean? Like there's no, what that reflects to me is she has self-hate. How can you defend people that are killing people that look like your siblings? Or
even people that have just tracking 2-3 years back now. She had a court case where she happened to sue an entire, I don't know, some organization or some business she was working for, sue them for injustices, racism, and things like that, right? That was a court case that she had. And suddenly, she just kind of went left after that court case. I guess she got paid and decided, okay, well, I'm just going to start this thing. Sometimes I feel like it really bothers me, because you have so many. There's no reason for innocent people to be dying in this era that we're living in.
In any era, to be honest, right? But especially in this era, especially, for sure.
There were era where that was okay.
Yeah, lynching black people.
Right.
Or coming into our countries back home.
Right.
Taking our resources.
Raping
our women, destroying
and
our values and our cultures.
Because at the time,
we didn't have the power, we didn't have the ethics, quote unquote, but pick up a Bible. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Love thy neighbor. In so-called Christianity and Catholicism, right? But yet those same people go into places and terrorize the people there because they're so different. Even in Canada, Indigenous people suffer here all the time. But we don't talk about it, and that's the things that bother me the most, because it's like, yo, we're in 2020. Like that those things should not be existent, right?
When we see so many Caucasian people come out now and side on the Black Lives Matters movement and possibly on other matters such as the indigenous and things like that, and this sort of historical eye-opening time that we're living in and things coming out. How does that make you feel? How does it make you feel to be an activist in this time?
I feel protected, in the sense of like, I'm not as much as a target as I would be if I was Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. I'm not saying I'm on that level, but one day I will be, God willing. But in the sense of like, how much influence I have, and like how much my opinion matters to people. And my opinion is literally to preach peace and respect each other, like aside our differences. If you cut somebody's skin open, white, brown, black, yellow, we bleed the same color, and it's red. You know what I'm saying? So we have the same emotions. We fear. We have fear. We have love. We have joy. We have everything else. So we need to level out the playing field. Like, we need to understand that we're equals. But I feel like it's amazing to see that we have allies. But then again, that was just a matter of months, right? June, July, August. People, you see them with their signs, you see them on Twitter, you see them on Instagram, Facebook. But guess what? Last week there was 2 days ago and a week ago there was an attack in Edmonton on 2 different occasions at one of our malls towards 3 black Muslim women.
Really?
Yeah. And it was hate crimes. But where are those allies right now? Where are their posts, But I'm out here posting it because it's so relatable to me, because I have friends in the Muslim community, I have cousins, I have a mother, you know, and they could be attacked. The black women attacked, you know what I mean? Like, yo, that's so close to home, because, yo, I could put myself in their shoes, in the sense of like, how would I feel if I heard that my cousins were attacked by some supremacists, essentially, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, I might have to catch a charge because you can't come after mine, fam, you know?
Right.
And that's no, like, I'm not preaching violence, but you know, like, protecting your family is an honorable thing to do, right? And that's if people are coming in with that negativity, you know?
I mean, that is so sad that these people are being attacked, because
for wearing their, like, you know, hijabs and stuff.
Right. Like, I'm half Muslim. My father is Muslim. Mother is Christian. You know, grew up with my mother.
Yeah.
My brother Muhammad, you know, he still practiced the Muslim faith.
Yeah.
I used to when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But then, you know, we left that community and had to go to a different community, and you kind of like, you know, you fit into whatever community you have to fit in with, because you have to survive, you have to breathe.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything else is pointless.
Literally.
Right. So, I mean, that's very frustrating. So,
yeah.
What was the story behind that? They just kind of walk up to these people and attack them. What was the story?
It was literally that.
And so it happened on just one occasion or two occasions?
Two different occasions.
Okay.
One was two Somalian women, a mother and her daughter, and they were attacked like a white supremacist, I would say, or like whatever.
And this is here in Edmonton.
Yeah, a 41-year-old white man like broke into, like, he punched their window, started attacking the daughter.
The car?
Yeah, and then she ran out. She ran away. He pursued her, and then he started attacking her, and then her mother came, and then he pushed the mother off, and then people are watching this, and the only bystanders that stepped in were two black men. So, you know. And then the following week, yesterday or 2 days ago, today is what, Thursday?
Thursday? Is today's Thursday?
Yeah. So yesterday, a Muslim woman at 21 years old was attacked by a middle-aged white woman. Same reasons. No other reason than for how she looks, her ethnicity, and her religious beliefs.
What do you think is going on right now? What do you? Has Edmonton always been like this in terms of racial things? So what?
I've never seen this.
What's bringing this up?
I feel like I don't know, man. That's why I'm saying, like, protection. It's like, that's why I'm talking like the way I am right now, in the sense of protecting family, because if these people are getting bolder, you know, and deciding it's okay to attack, I mean, like, you're attacking women, fam, you know, you're attacking black women, bro, and like, that's just, it doesn't sit well with me, because I have so many in my life. And my friends within the Muslim community, they're in shock and they're in fear, because they don't know when the next attack is, if there's gonna be one, or is it like a planned thing? Is it coincidental? You know?
Right.
So that's why I'm upset. You know what I'm saying? Is because it's like it shouldn't. Like, we're in Canada. Racism doesn't happen here, quote unquote.
I mean, this is very. I haven't heard of anything transpiring like that in Calgary area.
That's a good thing.
Not to say that it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's just I haven't heard of anything. But I think these things do need to be talked about. So then, what is the position of the mayor here, and what's the reaction from like the public?
The mayor and the police chief, they said that it's not acceptable in our society, and they will be dealt with. Those people will be dealt with the consequences, suffer the consequences of their actions. But I feel like the people within the city have to speak on it, have to stand up, because it's like, if we stand in silence, those perpetrators will be like, oh, okay, like, no one's gonna do anything about it, or no one's gonna stand in solidarity with the women, right? You know? And I feel like I want to create something for those women, whether it's like a peaceful demonstration to be like, we stand with you, you know, and that we understand your trauma, and that we need to protect our women. And I'm not talking like Black Panthers like have guns outside and stuff. I'm talking about, like, if you see something happening that is morally incorrect, you got to step in and you got to defend whoever's
and have courage to stand up and do something about that.
Yeah, because if those two black men weren't there, that attack would have proceeded, because nobody else stepped in, you know?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Things like that, where like it's on us to defend each other. You know what I mean? Like, if you see some shit out of line, you got to step up, like, no, that's not correct.
Right.
For example, my music manager, it's not like on the same level of like an attack, but he was at work. And he's a white guy, but he was at work, and he overheard his coworkers saying the N-word or something like that, trying to be like niggardly or some shit like that, you know, trying to like play with the word. And he's like, that's not funny. He's like, what's funny about that, you know? And he kind of shitted on them, you know. And those two guys that were talking, like they stopped.
What, they're also white?
Yeah, of course. You know,
the heat is off now. We need to turn it off.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so he told him, what's funny about it? He's like, nothing's funny here. Just stop talking about that, because that's not what it is. And that's what we got to get to, because he came to the Calgary protest where I met you at. He was there with me, and as well as my friends, you know. He's putting himself in that uncomfortable position of learning about the experiences of Black and Indigenous people. So it's an eye-opener for him, right? And he's like, oh my God, like I can't believe I was so blind to this. But it's like, when you have that veil of privilege in the sense of like just being a white man, yo, I don't think white guys or white people fear getting pulled over by police. Yo, when I'm driving home from work downtown, I'm scared shitless, bro, because of the amount of like visuals you see of police officers pulling over a Black person, you reaching for
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like
100%.
Like that shit is like is ingrained in me. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a traumatic thing we've seen. It's getting desensitized over and over and over. You see the same thing happen. So as a Black man, I fear for my life every night, my G. Only time I feel stressed is when I'm driving, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like like you said, I'm a very nice and peaceful person, but like I shouldn't fear, you know, interactions with law enforcement, but why do I, you know?
Well, a real life situation, you know, I'm one of these people where I don't like, this is going to sound so out of whack, but just bear with me, I'll correct myself. I don't like doing like this whole monthly thing where you constantly have to go back and forth and pay bills and things like that. So even with me, with my insurance, I have to like, if they would let me pay my insurance like a year or 2 years in advance, I prefer to do that, because I don't often have time to remember about all these different things. So with my registration, I do the same thing. The maximum they allowed is 2 years, so I will do it 2 years, because when it does expire, I'm not super proactive to say I'm going to leave what I'm doing and go down to the motor registration place and renew my registration. So what happened during COVID, I think it's about 6 months into COVID, what happened during that period was my license had expired, but I still continued to drive. Everybody who saw me was like, yo, did you know your license expired? My sister-in-law, my brother, this person, this friend, that friend. It's like constant reminder. So I know I'm in the wrong. One day I drove down to the park. It's like a far park, like a nice spot. It's like half an hour away from the house. So on my way back, I seen a cop car behind me. Before I knew it, I was like, man, he's gonna pull me over. I just had that feeling in my gut. I knew he was gonna pull me over. And he did. He pulled me over. And for a minute, I was super scared. It's not because of the ticket. And I remember saying to myself, God, please let it not be a white cop. I was like, a Black cop, cool. Give me a ticket and I'm good. But please let it not be a white cop.
It was it.
And God wasn't sleeping that day. And it was a Black cop. And I was so relieved. And he came over. We had the best of conversation. Not the best of conversation. He still did his police stuff, but I was comfortable.
It was human to human.
It was human to human connection. Because I had prior experience in Calgary where cops would just pull you over. And they just treat you like you're not even like a human being. These guys come over. I remember one cop pulled me over one time. He came, didn't even say hi, nothing like that. I don't know how he got this. Came, license plate, grabbed my license, left. Didn't say anything. Didn't look at me, nothing like that. Left, went in the car. In less than 5 minutes, he was back with a ticket. Gave me the ticket. Boom, he was gone again. I was like, ooh. Imagine. So on this occasion, I was very, very glad that it was a Black cop.
That's proper.
And not a whatever. Man, we're 20 minutes in. You still want to go for another 10?
Yeah, we can do it, fam.
We can do it.
We tap
all right,
in
cool.
now.
So listen, let's switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about what's been going on with you here in terms of music and all of that,
Absolutely,
because
yeah.
there's a lot that's going on. So walk me through it, and the
Yeah.
questions will come as you walk me
Okay,
through it.
amazing. So once we got into the pandemic, I was actually doing a few shows around the country. Like I was supposed to, I did Edmonton, I did Calgary, I did Windsor, Ontario, Toronto, and then I was gonna do Vancouver. But after Windsor, we got shut down, so I didn't get a chance to go to Vancouver. But I was a little down about it because I was like, man, that'd have been dope. I've never been there, but because we're out in lockdown, it's like, what can I do? I was down a little bit, maybe a week or two, but then I was like, you know what? Let me work on myself. What do I got to do? I got to get my music to the next level. If I want to get to the next level as an artist, I got to work on my craft. So when I decided that, I was just writing a verse a day, every single day, just writing a verse a day, and my siblings heard the progression. My management heard the progression. I started recording the best music of my life. Some of the stuff I showed you recently, and like you kept bopping. You're like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
I'm already a fan.
Hey, appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate that. So I just wanted to get to the next level. You feel me? So I've been working on that. So I got some new music coming. Got some new music videos coming. I got my first sponsorship as well, actually.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
Yeah,
Speak on that.
Hey, absolutely. I got sponsored by Red Bull, actually.
That's dope.
Yeah, so they're tapped in with me. They're gonna help out in ways they can. Try and plug me up with like artists when they come into the city that they also sponsored, like people like Tory Lanez, for example.
Got it. Yeah. So then you can be like an opening act for those for that stage, and
exactly.
And that's a great platform.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they call me a opinion leader, is what they want me to be.
Opinion leader?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's like,
what does that mean?
So it's basically like they don't want me to promote the brand because it's already a massive brand. This
Red Bull.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't want you to promote that.
Essentially, because it's already everywhere, right?
Got it.
But they're more so invested in me as a person and like, what do I stand for? Like, what am I about? What's my music about? And it's like, they want to get behind that. They're more so trying to get behind me more than me get behind them.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it. So that's good looking. Congratulations to that.
Appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you.
Man, that's huge.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, was that why you were also in the papers? Because I know you did like a shoot, a magazine shoot. You were in the magazine recently. What magazine was that, by the way?
So it was called Avenue. It used to be called Avenue.
Okay.
It was, and they're also in Calgary, Avenue Edmonton, but now it's called Edify. So I was in Edify.
Got it.
Yeah, and that was.
What is this, like a hip hop sort of magazine?
It's like a lifestyle magazine. So it tackles a bunch of different avenues. So it talks about like businesses. It talks about life in the city. It talks about cultural things. Artists, artistic things.
Got it.
That type of stuff. Yeah, lifestyle essentially.
Cool.
Yeah, so they featured me because of like my BLM stuff and everything I was doing in the city, my sold out shows and all that stuff. So things like that. And also I feel like, man, like who knows what next year's gonna offer. If we get that, like, things are back to normal, like, man, the shows we're gonna throw are gonna be crazy. Like I was already selling out shows, so imagine like, when everyone's itching to go back to some, we're gonna be sold out within.
Oh, it's gonna be crazy when the city open up again. Like when it's really
like actually,
open up. Like not like go out, jog, then come back into lockdown kind of deal. But like like really open up,
out and about.
Yeah. Where it's like we have a firm grip now on the situation, and the COVID itself is running now. It's on the run. Kind of deal. I think at that point, people it's gonna be crazy. I think club owner is gonna be like winning the lottery again.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have the kind of businesses in the first 2 weeks that they.
Yeah,
and it's like when the stock market closed, right? Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's going to be wild when they come out.
Yeah,
so I think it's a very good time.
Yeah, especially in the fact that I'm working on my craft too. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's going to come in handy, heavy.
Exactly. And the reach,
right?
We're going to get to, like my manager is already managing an artist in Calgary as well. So we have Edmonton and Calgary, the two biggest cities in Alberta. So we're thinking bigger. Obviously we're trying to get bigger in Canada, bigger in Europe, bigger in America, all these places. And my music's getting streamed crazy out there, bro. Not like crazy, but like places I never stepped in. I'm playing my music, even if it's like, I realized even if it's 100 streams, because I remember at one time I couldn't even like really get 100 streams in the city when I first started out. And that's just in my city. So the fact that I'm getting hundreds of streams within places like UK, France, you know, South America, India. Like, I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
You know?
But that's a great thing.
Exactly.
That's exactly
full circle.
As a young person, not so much as a young person, but just as like an artist. So whatever it is you're doing, you want to know that your effort
is getting received.
Is being received out there in the universe somewhere where someone out there is appreciating it and sharing it too.
For real.
That's
like,
amazing.
Like a statistic, for example, I'll give you is like one of my songs called Living Right. It got Shazammed 1,000 times just on Apple Music alone.
Oh, that's
Shazam,
wild.
1,000. So imagine, so that means 1,000 different times the song was being played. Like people were like, yo, who is this? And it was saying it was like getting Shazammed in like US, getting Shazammed like in Europe, South America. I'm like, whoa, like, you know what I mean? So that means it's getting played out there. Not only that, the people around it listening to it are like, yo, where can I hear this?
Yeah, what's going on? That's dope, man. It's good for you.
Right.
I told you already know my favorite track so far.
Yeah, exactly.
But I know, like, come next year, because I haven't heard the new itinerary now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I also haven't heard the new arsenal that you have prepared.
Yeah, absolutely.
A rocket launcher or like some grenade or whatever.
Yeah, we trying to blow up, for real.
But you know, Dear God, that's a track that, you know, we were just having conversation. I was like, yo, when I first heard the track, I was thinking, yo, I want to shoot a music video for this. That's the first thing that came to.
That's humbling to hear.
Yeah, that came to. The first thing that came to mind. I was like, yo, this is my kind of beat. I want to shoot a music video for
real
that.
Talk.
You know what I'm saying? And I know, like, in the future, we'll definitely have time to like
work on something,
cook it up, work on something,
definitely.
You know, and make it happen in that regard.
100%.
That is fantastic. Congratulations for everything and being on the stage with 1,500 people. Now 1,500 people.
15,000.
15,000 people. Sorry, my bad.
No worries.
Spoke wrong. It's my number.
Hey, it's all good.
I was never good at math.
It sounded a little nicer. 15,000.
But it's always good to be corrected too.
Absolutely.
You know, at the same time. So I think that's fantastic. And also something else is like, tell me something.
Yeah.
What was it like being on a stage like that?
Oh my God, bro. Like, I had a prayer within myself.
Right.
I was like, God, if you grant me this opportunity, because a lot of people were fighting for that stage time, right?
Right.
I said, God, if you grant me this opportunity, I'm not going to use this time in front of so many people where a lot of people would be tempted to promote themselves. I said, God, this is not about me. This is about my message. And if the people hear it, like, I'm doing it for them.
Right.
It's not about me. It's bigger than me. This is like take me out of this. Like humble me to a point where it's like, it's not about me. It's about my message. It's about what I've been working on. And it was a song called Changes, which I wrote a year ago, fam.
And I heard that because you kicked the freestyle for me.
Yeah.
You kicked the freestyle for me.
Yeah. Oh, you heard it? Yeah.
You kicked the freestyle for me. But the audio was so and so.
Oh, so redo it, huh? I might have to redo it.
You already know. All
right, listen.
You want to do it?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Go right ahead. It's your turn.
I just want to help my own generation. Why all the blacks in the incarceration? They make up half the jail population. What a clever way for a new plantation. We in 2020. Slavery ain't finished. It's an epidemic. I still gotta witness, and we can be the cure if we want to make a difference. And my heart cries out for the indigenous. It gets on my nerve how they push down reserves without running water when they were here first. Building pipelines only make things worse. In their own words, we on stolen crown land. We gotta give it back. We gotta give it back. It used to be sacred until it came and raped it. Writing these rhymes got my hands shaking. I feel like Pac cause I'm waiting on changes.
I think that's dope. I think when you get on a stage like that, and I like that you said it wasn't about you. You recognize that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it wasn't.
There's a cause out there much bigger than you, and you dedicated that little 15 minutes of fame. I saw the color, or 15 seconds of fame, whatever.
Yeah.
You dedicated it to something real.
Yeah,
and I think that got across to a lot of people.
And they were still able to find me because I didn't even say my name on that stage, right? You know what I'm saying? And they were able to find me. Wait.
Keep talking.
Yeah, they weren't able to find me, and just to see like the amount of love I got afterwards, I was like, wow, I didn't even expect that. But my followers jumped up a lot, like, and all these things. But I was like, that's not why I did it, you know, because I didn't say my name. I didn't expect people to find me, you know, because I was just so focused on the message and the song that I wrote, you know.
And I think that's important.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I feel like Pac because I'm waiting on changes. He wrote that song in 1994.
That's right.
You know? And before him, A Change Gonna Come, Sam Cooke, 1964. Released after he died, you know? So, man, you know? Like,
yeah, a lot of
heavy.
people love that song. I know white
Both
people
songs.
that ain't racist or whatever. I mean, both songs, they're golden. I listen to Sam Cooke all the time.
Sam Cooke's the guy, for real.
Sam Cooke is definitely the man. So I think that's super incredible. But I know you gotta go.
Yeah.
We can keep it short and sweet because there's always going to be room for another
more.
one.
Yeah.
For more.
Exactly.
And you know, I want to take this time to thank you for being on the platform once again. You were on here before, you blessed it that time, and once again you came in, you blessed it. I think you're probably the only artist, hip hop artist on this platform.
Hey, appreciate that.
And that's a good thing. So we're gonna keep it going and keep it moving.
Blessings.
Is there anything else that you wanted to say that I probably didn't bring up that you would like to mention?
I would just say, as we go back into lockdown and stuff, man, like, yo, just level up in life, work on yourself, work on your spirit, your spirituality, your mental health. Like, use this time to connect with your loved ones. You know, get things off of your chest. Have no malice in your heart. Forgive others, and keep fighting the good fight, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's fantastic, man. Let the people know where they can find you so we can get up out of here.
Absolutely. My name is Ntwali, Ntwali. You can find me on Apple Music, Spotify, music platforms under that name, and on IG, the.Ntwali, Ntwali. Thank you, Rico, for having me. God bless, man. Keep doing what you're doing. It's positive, it's beautiful, and support each other, you know?
You already know, man. It's all love from my end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for tuning in and watching this another episode of 18th Avenue Podcast, or listening to us and wherever else you listen to your podcast. Please continue to support, and we will continue to do better. And we will catch you guys on the next one. So